pack review. And this time we are in Create a Sim. So I'm going to be showing you some of the features that we have, and I'm also going to be doing a build review and also an actual build for the pack. So stay tuned for that because that'll be coming to the channel soon, but I thought that I would start off in Create a Sim. So of course this is my first review ever. I don't think I've ever done a review like this before, but I thought that I would do it because it's something that interests me and I've got to start somewhere. So it might not be the best review, but I'm just gonna say some of my opinions and we're just gonna have a bit of fun. So all you need to do to access the vampire mode of a sim, you need to add a sim to the family and add a vampire through that option, same as you would add an alien into your household. You end up with a sim like this. You may want to randomize them if that's not a typical vampire. Wow, he looks like a typical vampire. That was lucky. So what you do is you have a normal form vampire who you would see out in day, and then you have a dark form. So this is the form that they will switch to when they're feeding. So this is where you want to really add some special features to them. So what we're gonna do is, because I actually feel a little bit attached to this man now, I'm gonna just delete the original man that we had. We're going to switch to the female. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the aspirations first, and I'm going to be showing you some of the ones that we get. But to start with, we get a vampire family aspiration where your sim wants to create a family of vampires. You then can get a popularity aspiration for your vampire, which is the good vampire, and your sim wants to control their thirst and remain as human as possible. And then I think for the last one that we have is the knowledge aspiration. So this is the master vampire and your sim wants to be a wise and powerful vampire. Now, I have to say, I was very shocked that we got through. I wasn't even expecting that in the first place. I would have loved, maybe instead of the popularity one, that you could have a vampire that would go down the deviance aspiration and you could have like a bad, evil vampire leader. I would love that. I don't know. I just think in stories, you would create that stereotype, typical evil looking vampire, and it could be really fun. So to start with the top of the head, because that is the easiest place to go first, we do have some vampire types which I'm absolutely loving. I also love the fact that you can see inside their mouths, and they changed that round because it was very difficult to change sim teeth before then. So I think my favorite type is probably this one. I love the eyes, I love the makeup, I love everything, and that's the easy option. So you know how you have presets of faces, well, you have presets of vampires. So if you want to create a vampire quickly, you click on one of these. Something that I wish was here was maybe a little bit about the different species of vampires. If I was going to click on this one, then maybe I would see it pop up explaining why I'd want to go for this one. So to go for the skin details, we don't have anything new here, but after that, this is where it gets exciting because we've got some really heavy wrinkles. You can have a really wrinkled sim. It's going to be great if you're creating an elderly character. I'm very happy about incorporating those. And look at the bags under the eyes. So this isn't just for vampires. This is for elderly folk too. If you want a little bit of darkness under the eyes, you can get away with something like that for a male as well without them looking like they have to wear makeup. So I'm absolutely in love. So going on from there, we have some more eye details. You can have some cracks around the eyes. You can have the painted look, maybe it looks a bit jokery, and then you've got the scars which look a little bit morbid, so gonna move on from those. Probably gonna change them before I go though to this nice little cracked face here. Looks pretty good. And then for the cheeks, now the cheeks also have cracks in, and I really like this because what you can do and what I've done is I've chosen a hairstyle in the past that covers the crack, so you won't necessarily know that that sim's a vampire unless they move their hair. So yeah, that's what I like to do in my free time. You can have them on both cheeks and you could create a seriously cracked vampire. Seriously cracked. If we put it on both sides, look how cracked this woman looks now. Vampire mouth-wise, you can have some more details around there to give it a bit extra. That's my favorite. It makes them look like they've got bigger lips than they actually have. So probably going to be using that for my actual sims. And then I think the last thing on this menu is the teeth. These ones came with the update, so I think that you get these ones for free, so I'm just going to ignore those. But these ones come with the pack. I have to say, I wasn't expecting this much detail with the teeth. They've done a really good job at just expanding the idea of vampire teeth so that you don't just have to have the typical vampire, which I guess is this one, but you could have a werewolf, you could have another vampire, okay, I don't know what that one is, but you could have something that is a mythical creature that no one knows about. This looks maybe a little bit serpenty. So now going on to the makeup for the women, they get this one. It's very heavy though. I wish that it was more subtle, but if you've got a vampire leader, then this is perfect. It looks very frightening. I think that's what they were going for though. I don't think that it suits what we're going for right now. Gonna move on to this one. This one's very heavy. This isn't the typical sort of makeup style that you would be able to get away with walking down the street. Maybe if you were creating like a masquerade ball sort of scene, you could have this makeup style and that could look pretty good. But I think that for me, I wouldn't use these two very regularly. These would just be very rare occasions. Now, I've never seen anything like this before in my life. It's a very different type of way to do your makeup. So I don't know what they were going for here. It definitely shows originality. Then going on to the hairstyle. So now we've got a very crack looking vampire. She needs a hairstyle. First one is this one, which suits her so much. This one is actually one of my favorites. I love the grey. Now, they have used very similar flowers to the Sims 4 update that we got a while ago with the Day of the Dead, but a part of me does wish that the flowers came as an accessory rather than an extra to the hairstyle. Going on to this one though, so again showing you some more colours in this one. Very strange shape. I would imagine maybe a vampire leader. I really like it, but they're not the sort of hairstyles that I would overly use. So I'll probably use them maybe once, twice at a push. So I wouldn't want to give too many Sims this hairstyle because then it would take away from the originality. Then going on to this one, absolutely love the burn, love the colours that come with it. I think what I like about this one so much is probably the beads, but I do wish that they were separate because that would have been really good just to have that sort of hairstyle on its own. Now I have to say, when I first saw this one, I was slightly shocked. It's that hairstyle that you don't want to have at school. That bowl cut. Probably won't use this one very much. It's not one of my favorites. Then going on to this one, which is a unisex hairstyle, so you can have it for male and female. I like it. It's edgy. And I think that in my opinion, it probably suits a woman more than it does a man, because something about it is slightly more feminine. So we're gonna put her back in this hairstyle and then we're gonna move on to the outfit. So we've got some new tops that I wanna go through quickly. Really lovely, and they would look great with a skirt. My favorite's probably this one so far. I might not use this one as much, but it looks almost as if it's a tattoo. This one is more like a leader vampire for me. It's screaming out just leader or something. This is probably my favorite top out of all of them. I love the gold, and this is also my favorite color of it. So it doesn't go with this hairstyle. I'll probably have to choose something else, maybe this one for that hairstyle. I don't know. I'm not very good at fashion. Also, the lock around the necklace looks very good. And then we just have a plain top to go with the bowl haircut. Very good if you want to just use this top over and over again, because you definitely could do that. Now moving on to the bottoms. So before we go to the dresses, I just want to show you a few of these. These are really nice. I like the shine on some of them as well. I like that EA have started to incorporate shiny clothes and shiny wallpapers. That's something that I really like myself, and that's just great. It's very edgy. And just some plain jeans as well. So we do have many things like this, but I do like the bottoms. The bottom of it is slightly different with the buttons, so that's quite nice. Then going on to the dresses, we've got some very interesting floral dresses. Now this is perfect for me because I love this sort of style, and for my Let's Play, because I do Callowell Estate, which is like an old Let's Play, and also for Let's Play Witches, this dress is going to be fantastic. It's very decorative, it's very over the top, but it's one of those things that I'm personally going to use a lot. If you like having big fancy parties with loads of big dresses, etc., then it's going to be great, but if you don't, then I'm very sorry. But it does benefit me. I love every single colour of it. It's very difficult for me to pick a favourite. If I had to pick a favourite, it'd probably be the yellow or the purple. So anyway, going on, so we have the typical vampire queen dress. Again, one of my favorite items. I've got to go with the red and black for this one. It looks good. I like it. Now, it's very interesting to have a pink color. I wasn't expecting that at all. Looks good though. It fits in so well with this vampire pack. It reminds me of almost a cobra sort of costume. And then going for something a little bit more masculine, I guess, but on the feminine menu. That's really nice, and I like that because not every single woman wants to wear a dress. Then going on to accessories, we have some really amazing accessories. Now these wristbands are they're so nice, honestly. I would just go with the one. I think that if you have two, it looks like sweatbands. Then we get some new gloves, which you can have in all different colors, particularly like the white and black. but you can go with loads of different patterns, and you can have it in lace, you can have it not so laced. I think I've got to take this dress off just to show you the leggings. Don't really know how these would fit in. Maybe you could wear that one with like a skirt or something, and that could look quite gothic. Same again with just interesting tight choices. Then going on to the shoes. So I don't want to put that dress back on until I show you the shoes first. Boots, that's what we get. We get some really nice boots. Nice colours. I wasn't expecting 2 pairs of boots, so yeah, definitely happy with that. Now moving on to the man. What we're going to do is we're going to go through all these different types of vampire for the male Sims. So these are all the pre-made Sims. I particularly like that one for him. It looks good. It looks evil. So we get the same sorts of vampire details just that we've seen before, so I'm not going to go too over the top with that. Before we move on to the hair, I just want to quickly show you the new eyes that we get. We get these for both the male and female, so just some brightly coloured eyes, very serpent looking like I mentioned, and I think that my favourite one's probably the red. Now we only get one hairstyle for the male Sims, and it's the same one as we got for the female Sims. So I have to say, I was really hoping for a Count Dracula inspired hairdo. So the typical V-line and maybe sideburns as well, which isn't Count Dracula obviously, but that would look pretty good in a vampire. And I think that would have made me happy, because I don't know when else they're going to be able to incorporate that in. Going on to the top though first, quite unusual, reminds me of maybe like a butler's top. Very nice jacket though. I think that this jacket looks great. I love the chain with the skull on, and then you get the edgier look. Going on to the jeans though, so some interesting jeans to go with it. That probably matches that outfit quite nicely, and then just a plain pair of jeans that would match anything. We get some really lovely full outfits. I think that that's interesting, incorporating giraffe colours. Probably not my favourite outfit though. My favourite's probably something like this, which I'm going to use an awful lot. I think that having this many colours of it as well is going to be very helpful. Love that colour. It looks great on him as well. For something a little bit more formal than both those choices, you could go for something like this. It's got some nice options again, and I'm particularly happy with this colour. Then going on to this outfit, so this is like a full jacket. Maybe this is a sort of outfit that your vampire would want to wear, maybe if trying to keep a low profile in public. And then for the last one, very similar to the top, but I think it just comes without the giraffe print. We get a new pair of boots, very similar to the female, but still a very nice choice. So we're going to use this sim here, and we're just going to look through his hairstyles. If we get anything, we get a new hairstyle for the kids, which is a very nice one actually. I would have loved this to come in grey. I've always been wishing for grey and white hairstyles for kids, because I think that very pale hair would look great in a Sims 4, especially with the kids from American Horror Story Hotel having very pale hair. I think that would have been great if we could have those options off, specifically for vampires. For the outfits, we get a full outfit for the male Sims. I love this silver, and we get a few other colour options with it as well. No accessories and no shoes for the male Sim. And let's see if we get anything for the female Sim. So just checking the hairstyles. This one's quite unusual. And then I think that outfit-wise, we don't really get very much. I think we get one full body dress, which is very pretty. So yeah, anyway, that is the end of the Create a Sim review. Overall, I'm really happy with it. Of course, there could always be features added. There could always be things to improve, but I'm so excited about this pack. It's definitely my favorite game pack so far. It's so difficult to criticize something that I'm absolutely in love with. So I hope you're going to enjoy it. Of course, I would love to know what you think in the comments below, and I hope to see you all for the build review. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.